Hello, hello, hello. I don't know if anybody's here yet. Maybe people are. I don't know. I'll let the chat. Oh, hello, hello, Leafy Kitty. How are you doing? Hope your weekend is going well. Just as a quick warm-up sketch, I'm just going to draw a big blobby baby seal because I saw a very cute news article earlier about a road closure in the UK, in Yorkshire, where a baby seal was just in the middle of the road, so they shut the whole road down, and I thought it was very cute. Good evening. How are we doing? All right, let me pull up a very cute picture of a blobby little baby seal. Just a real quick warm-up sketch. I have been drawing today a lot for client work, but nothing fun yet, so let's warm up a little bit before I figure out what I'm drawing for the rest of the stream. Based on feedback from you guys, I just want to draw a fat little baby seal being cute. Though I kind of like this picture where he's just laid out in the middle of the road. So I might do that. Little closed eye. Neck rolls on neck rolls. Little blob. Little heart-shaped nose. Happy little smile. Because he's sleepy. Some whiskers. His fat little flipper. I'm making him extra chunky and stubby just for funsies. Just a cute little warm-up. Get my pencil moving. There we go. I'm not even going to finish this. I just wanted to draw it. I wanted some of that texture. Oops. Maybe I'll do chalk. Get a little bit of this grain in and then get some bigger spots in. And that'll be my warm-up sketch of the day. This chubby little seal that was blocking the road. Chunky. I want the neck rolls. Like right here. Then a few bigger spots. Like so. Cookies and cream. Seal. So cute. And he's just snoozing. And here's the lines on the road. A little traffic cone, because why not? There we go. Road closed. Everybody go home. Seal is sleeping here. Let's see. Not going to stick around for long because you're going to be going to Chessington Zoo Theme Park Hybrid in the UK tomorrow. That sounds so fun. That sounds awesome. Have the best time. Sheepish one. Hello. Good evening. Okay. That was my very quick warm-up, but that's your news from across the pond today, so I don't know if you had seen that in your feed, being in the UK and all, but I saw that earlier and I thought that was very cute, that a seal shut down the whole road. And one of my friends in the UK told me that they also will cancel fireworks for that reason. Just, oh, shh, the baby seals are sleeping. Hello, hello, how are we doing? Okay, now I have this blank canvas and I don't know what to do with it. Now I could open my list of requests that are like randomized and just look at that really quick. What do we have? Darkwing Duck, Ice Cream Pokemon, Poet the Beanie Baby Monkey, Midna, Flapjack, Spinel from Steven Universe, Cat riding a skateboard I already did. I can take that off the list. Mimikyu, Charlie the Unicorn, Walrus from Samurai Jack, Stitch, Copernica from SteamWorld I already did, I think. Cookie Ann from Duffy and Friends. There's so many things I could do. Waddle Dee 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 Dee. A pangolin. Oh, that's cute. Chicken wearing a T-Rex costume. Don't know where that came from. You didn't see it? You're not too in the loop with news. Yeah, it was just something I saw on my TikTok earlier. I thought it was cute. Yo, how's it going? Also, why is... Okay, never mind. I thought my stream froze. It did not. Cool. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. The chicken one was you? I kind of like the chicken idea. That's kind of fun. Chicken wearing a T-Rex costume. I think maybe I'll do that, because I'm kind of taking it low-key, because this week and next week are my last streams for a minute, like a month and a half, because I'm going to be in the UK on a trip. So, We're just gonna chill out. We're gonna have some fun. A Pikachu contemplating getting a Domino's in, but a bit on the fence because Domino's is overrated. That's a cute idea. I like that. Could you maybe put Seren the Bat from Abados onto your request list? Yeah. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do chicken wearing a T-Rex costume, and then we'll do that request because you're here. So you said you won't be here for long, but I'll put it on Instagram if you're asleep or whatever. So let's do that. Okay. Seren the Bat. I hope I'm saying that right. Seren the Bat from Abados. Abados? Penny has 4 children. Oh, we're doing riddles. I'm horrible at riddles. I'll let the chat figure that out. Alright, let's do chicken wearing a T-Rex costume, because that was on the request list and it sounds fun. Chicken wearing T-Rex costume. And then a new layer for later, so don't forget. Seren the Bat from Abados. I don't know what that is, but let me Google it real quick. Seren Abados. Oh, cute. Cute. Cool. Alright. Daisy Duck and Minnie Mouse. Cute. Hello, how are we doing? Alright, let me look up cartoon chicken. I know what a chicken looks like, but it's always good to look up reference. I kind of want to do a really cute fat chicken, kind of like the ones from Zelda, where they're really, really simple. Cuckoo, you know, whatever. I guess it's not technically a chicken. It's a cuckoo. I don't know how it's pronounced. Cuckoo? Cucco, but it's the Zelda chicken. Cuckoo. Okay, whatever. I like the super old school simple ones because they're very cute. Okay. Daphne from Vita the Vet. I'll add it to the request list. Daphne Vita the Vet. Okay. Oh, the correct answer to the riddle is what? Let me read it. Oh, what is the name of the 4th child? I see. This is what I get for barely paying attention to the chat riddle. Okay. Chicken. Let's start with a chicken, and then we'll figure out how to T-Rexify it with a costume. Let's think of the pose, because I kind of want, like, wings up. Like it's stomping around with its claws, like that. But I'd like for the wings to be super simple. And then maybe just a few feathers on the butt. And then the costume can end like here so that the tail feathers will show. And maybe have it stomping. It's kind of looking a little zombie the way it's posed though, so maybe more curled up closer to the body like it's trying to do the small T-Rex arms. I think the body language will be better if it's like that. Or as small as it can make its big fluffy wings. I guess I could do tinier wings too. There's nothing stopping me. I like this very simple, like, beak. Like that. And then a beady eye like this. Maybe not in that spot, but I like a beady eye. Or maybe how I do it is like the taller eyes like that. Oh, that's cute. That's cuter. I think the answer to the riddle is April. I think what's a little funnier because it says it right in the riddle. What is the name of the 4th child? April's a beautiful name though. Not related to the riddle, but I always thought that was a pretty name. I'm still not sold on the wings. I feel like they need to be smaller and more like it's trying to do a T-Rex thing. Let's do the stomping motion first. So we'll do this cute little... This doesn't even look like the Zelda chicken at all but anymore. But I like where it's going. It's very cute and fluffy, so... It's an Alyssa style chicken. We'll do one foot stomping out like this. I want it to really feel like it's stomping, so... One foot way out in front like this. And one foot kind of like that. And little chicken claws. Like so. And then I want, not zombie, but T-Rex. There we go. Maybe a little closer to the body. Like that. Now I want a big smile. And maybe more open mouth than this, because it's yelling like rawr, like I'm a T-Rex. And maybe a little more intense, like rawr, I'm king of the lizards and I'm stomping through the jungle. Something like that's a little bit better. I feel like the feet need to shift like that a little bit. Alright, now let's figure out this T-Rex costume. I might have to put a tail over the tail to make it look more T-Rexy. So I might have to get rid of the tail feathers, which is okay. Let me Google T-Rex costume cute. Because I'm getting a lot of those really, like, detailed inflatable ones, which isn't really the vibe. So many inflatable T-Rex costumes. That's not the vibe. I want, like... Okay, a cloth one. That's better. T-Rex costume cute cloth. Your children are Marchborn. That's right. Me and my sister are both March babies. I'm gonna be in London for my birthday. Getting myself a very nice fancy birthday dinner. And then for my sister who's listening to this, I got you something very special that I will give you on your birthday digitally that I'm really excited about. And I'm not going to give you any more hints than that. And don't try to guess because I'll just tell you no to everything. He looks so mad in his T-Rex costume. Yeah, he looks furious about his T-Rex costume. That doesn't exist currently. Okay, this one's cute. Toddler T-Rex costume. Maybe that's the move. Because they're not putting toddlers in the inflatables. Toddler T-Rex costume. There we go. That's the ticket. Oh, there's some cute ones. Okay. I kind of like this really corny one with like the corduroy pattern on it. I'm inspired by that. So let's rock with that. Now, to leave the wings open, I think is okay. Because a lot of like cheap costumes will have gloves separately. And I think it's okay if the chicken doesn't have gloves on the costume. I think that's alright. Because I want the wings out, because I think it's cuter. T-Rex onesie. That's kind of what I have now, is like a toddler T-Rex outfit onesie thing. But I will get rid of the tail, because I think I like the wings better than the tail for chicken features. This is kind of inadvertently like a hybrid, but it's a costume and not an actual hybrid. But it's like, I want it to be half chicken, half T-Rex. And I like the way the wings look. I think they're really cute, so I think I'm going to keep them. That's too much oomph for, I kind of want it to drag on the ground a little bit, because it's a Halloween costume. So maybe like that. Oh yeah, that's better. That's way better. Way better. Do like that. How about some thumbs, people? Thank you. If you feel like it. This is a very chill stream. You can do as much or as little as you please. Lurkers and people that do not hit like or anything are more than welcome. But I appreciate it. I appreciate any of the love. Do a bunch of spikes on that. I feel like that's still... I'm not loving the shape of this, but that's better than what it was. So let's just play with this. Maybe make it smaller. Maybe have fewer spikes. Let's just get rid of the spikes for now and get this shape right. Alright, this is the chicken body. This is the plush costume tail. Okay, that's a little bit better. He's looking cute. Thank you. Let's do like 5 spikes instead of a bunch. 5, 6, 7. There we go. Like the meme, 6, 7. Go. Haha. Aren't all chickens females, or is this rooster? Maybe this baby chicken. All hens are female and roosters are male. But chickens can be male or female. It's just the broader term. Chicken. I guess this one would be a female. I don't think it's a rooster, but I don't know if it matters. The little bell icon. Yeah, subscribe to me never making videos. I keep saying I'm going to in the new year, but we'll see. We'll see if anything comes of it. I'm not gonna overpromise and underdeliver. One of these days I'll get back to making videos. Alright, the fun part is, ooh, I don't want to hide the eyebrows. The eyebrows are crucial, I think, for the mood. Like, rawr! So we'll do the head a little bit higher up here, and the muzzle or whatever. Snout. I guess it's not a muzzle if it's a reptile. Is it? We'll do that. We'll do this big squishy head with a beady eye. And some spikes. We'll keep these spikes nice and rounded so they're not pokey. We'll even round out the tail a little bit. That's pretty cute. 6, 7. Why do kids find it funny? I don't know. On a rage scale, does it make you somewhere between 5 and an 8? Yeah. It doesn't really bother me. I think it's fine I think because it's pointless. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Like, kids are always gonna laugh at pointless stuff. I think it's fine. It's annoying, but I mean, kids are annoying. That's just how it is. At least it's some harmless fun. 5.5. I always unintentionally, I think that's why it becomes a meme, is because people will unintentionally say 6, 7 a lot. I catch myself doing it, not meaning to, and then going, oh no, it's like the meme. You have way too many on your ideas list to organize. It's going to take all day. 21. Yeah, every generation has a random number they laugh at, huh? I just think it's like the SpongeBob episode, where I don't remember what numbers they said, so correct me if I'm wrong, but it's something like, what's funnier than 26, 27, or whatever, where they're trying not to laugh in class. I just feel like it's just that. Just goofy. Back in your day, you didn't have memes. You're not that old, are you? Old man. Okay. I like the texture of this costume, how it's corduroy. So I'm going to sketch in some rough lines here, but I think this will be easier to do with like a brush. Because I think this would be cute lineless, and I don't think it would take that long to make. Bunch of pretty simple shapes. Just trying to figure out the way the corduroy goes. You were born at a very young age. You don't say. That joke is them making fun of another channel. I think it was Disney Channel. Huh. The more you know. It's kind of like how, what's his name? Farquaad from Shrek is, like, poking fun at, what's his name? The CEO of Disney at the time. Eisner. They were mocking Disney with all of Shrek, which they made pretty obvious with the movie itself, but also Farquaad was like that because they were making fun of the Disney CEO. I kind of want to do T-Rex feet because I feel like the little skinny chicken legs don't look as good as like T-Rex feet would, but I'm going to try on a new layer really quick. See what you guys like better. Let's do some stumpy T-Rex feet on this one, and I'll lower the opacity of this layer and we'll compare. And what do we think is cuter? Alright, there's like a seam here. I'm looking at how the costume does it. And then there's just 3 chunky little toes glued on there. And more corduroy. Like that. So what do we think is cuter? Having the T-Rex feet or the chicken feet? I'm kind of leaning T-Rex feet, but what do you guys think? Oh, let's do some lines on the bottom like that. Yeah. Yeah, if you remember what the joke is from the SpongeBob episode, I'd love to know. I'm curious. I always took it at just being like, it's always awkward being in those scenarios where you're not supposed to laugh or cry or whatever, or make noise, and just everything's hilarious. Oh, it was a reference to what channel number Disney or Nickelodeon was at the time, maybe? You like the chicken feet more? Alright, we got 1 vote chicken feet. Chicken feet, T-Rex feet. Chicken feet, T-Rex feet. I'll wait for a couple more people to weigh in and use it as an excuse to drink some water. In the meantime, I can work on all the other parts that are not feet. Hey Patrick, want to know what's funnier than 24? 25! Okay. I was close. It was in the 20s. I knew it was something like that. That's what the 6'7" meme feels like to me. It's just that. It's just random. I do like the videos where they had to like stop announcing the number 67 at like In-N-Out Burger because kids would stand around waiting for them to call number 67 just to freak out. Silliness. We'll do, I guess the whole thing is one big shape, or what would be easier? Oh, I'll do the muzzle thing on top. Okay, that makes sense. I'll do this all as one big shape. Do the snout on a layer on top. T-Rex feet. Alright, we got 1 vote T-Rex, 1 vote chicken. What time is it? It's Chico time? Is that what people said? I'm an old lady, but I don't remember that one. We'll do a clipping mask for the chicken face. When I said 27, all you could think of was Weird Al. He puts the number 27 in a lot of his things as an Easter egg. Interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know he had a thing with 27. I know Taylor Swift's whole thing is 13, but I don't know any other like famous people lucky numbers or Easter egg numbers. If you were a restaurant worker, a bunch of kids are huddled around me waiting for you to yell 67 for a bunch of kids to scream 67. I'm sure people have quit over it. They definitely have made it a policy to be like, okay, you're going from 66 to 68 now. We're just not doing 67 anymore. There was some other thing like that I just thought of, but it escapes my mind. Like, it's funny to do that kind of thing once, but, like, people coming in and doing that every day is obnoxious. You know? To do it one time to, like, get your video or the meme or whatever. Don't harangue restaurant workers every day over. Oh, it's like skipping the 13th floor in an elevator, kind of, where it goes from 11 to, or 12 to 14. I forgot an entire number. I forgot the number 12 existed. If you want to know the state of my brain. Kids will be kids when kids are kids for the sake of being loud. Yeah, being loud and obnoxious in public is never fun. Does anyone remember when Skibidi Toilet was on? I'm an old person, so I still don't understand Skibidi Toilet. Like, I know it's like a series of videos with a storyline that I've tried to sit and watch, and I do not understand. I feel like I'm watching, like, Gmod CoComelon. Like, because I like being in tune with things that are popular in the culture, even if it's, like, not for my demographic. Like, I want to understand, but I just do not understand Skibidi Toilet fundamentally. I don't understand it. I never want to be that person that's, like, so old that they stopped paying attention to anything that happened since they were 25 years old. Like, I don't like being completely out of the loop on things. I like knowing context and what the kids are talking about. Even if I don't like it and don't care, I still want to know. So I hate when I feel like the old person when I'm reading, like, a news article and it mentions a bunch of celebrities and I only know one of the names and I'm like, oh no, I'm getting old. Like at the Grammys, some of the categories, I'm like, who? Who and what now? Skibidi Bop Bop. Yeah, I don't think Skibidi Toilet had anything to do with the Scatman. I could be wrong. You used to hate Skibidi Toilet? But because everyone else hated it, but now I'm like, it's not for me and moved on. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Either enjoy cringe stuff or let people enjoy cringe stuff. I think it's fine. It's, you know, a lot of stuff's not for me, but it still has a right to exist, and that's fine. There's so much other stuff you could watch or read or do or play that you can just ignore it and go, well, not for me. But I'm just nosy and like knowing things. I like understanding things. You'll tell me another thing. Okay, old man, tell me another thing about the memes. You're Gen Z born, you barely understand the memes the kids my age like these days. I think I stay in tune because I'm on TikTok more than, like, any 35-year-old should be on TikTok. Just, I lurk. I don't post anything. I haven't posted videos in, like, probably years at this point. I just have an account I scroll and look at stuff. Have I seen that new Betty Davis movie? No. Do you mean the Betty Davis eyes JoJo Siwa thing? Oh, by the way, chat, did we agree on T-Rex feet or chicken feet? What was the consensus? At last I read it was 1 vote chicken, 1 vote T-Rex. We need a tiebreaker. Vote for T-Rex or chicken. Chicken feet. Okay, 2 for chicken. That was the tiebreaker. I guess we're going chicken. Okay, let's do chicken. Chicken feet it is. I think that kind of makes sense with the costume anyway. Oh, you're doing a bit. Never mind. I thought you were actually talking about, like, this other, like, Betty Davis adjacent meme that came and went. But you're just doing an old man bit. I gotcha. Yeah, definitely post on there. Share your art, your stories. I say that encouragingly as somebody who gave up on posting video content except for live streams ages ago. But I do encourage people that want to grow a following to post on TikTok. It's a fun platform. I like it. Now, do I share anything on there anymore? No, but I still get people commenting and liking the Animal Crossing series of, like, drawing all 480 villagers. To this day, every day I get, like, a new notification somebody liked one of the videos or something. Which is nice. It means my stuff's still popping up in the algorithm. I don't know why. It's ancient, but people are seeing it. Which I guess is good news for creators that, like, you can make old videos that only got a few thousand views and they'll still pop up in people's feeds a few years later if it's related to their interests. which I think is a good working algorithm. You're very committed to the bit. Yes, you are. I have to organize 37 pages of ideas, and this is just part one I saved from notes to pages. Wow. You are world building. It's impressive. Let's do the beak. And yes, I will keep the beak green for right now. If there's somebody lurking here who's new, these are not the final colors. These are just placeholders. I promise I'm better at color than this. I promise. Sometimes I forget how crazy my colors are until I have to send a work in progress to a client and I have to quickly change all the colors to something not horrible. To be like, I can't send this as a progress check. I have to actually make the colors make sense, but I can see it just as the shapes. Like while I'm working on it, I don't even really register that the colors are crazy until I get to the coloring phase, if that makes any sense. Because it's just about getting the shapes locked in. Okay, I think the rest of that's a line layer. I need teeth here. Some nice round semi-pointy teeth. I think that'll do. You don't like TikTok? You feel like too much drama happens on there? You like an app just for shorts? It's just not for me. It destroys people's... Yeah, that's true. It does destroy people's attention spans. It's a joke, but it feels real where, like, me and my friend in Idaho were hanging out, and we joked that, like, it really does feel like you are doing something productive when you sit and watch an entire movie. Because everybody's attention spans have just been completely obliterated by TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, whatever, Facebook video. But it does feel like you accomplish something to sit and watch a movie start to finish and only check your phone occasionally. Like, it feels like you read a book. It's not how it should feel, but that's where we are. But I'm as guilty of it as anybody else. I will have my phone in my hand while I'm eating dinner and have something playing on my laptop. So, I am not one to talk or judge. It's not good for you, but, you know. Yeah, exactly. All social media destroys people's attention spans. Social media. I think I said social media. Social media. Just being online, but I've been online since 1999. The internet has changed so much, but also not at all. And I still play Neopets and still draw digital art, so I haven't changed that much. I feel like that looks a little too angry. We want, like, excited playtime angry, not actually mad. So a little bit higher up, a little happier and rounder. Oh, I don't like how it bumps into the tooth there. Hold on, I'm gonna move that tooth. Looks kind of like a sprinkle. That's cute. Where's that tooth? Let's just shave that tooth a little bit and move it. I don't like how it's touching. There we go. About Skibidi Toilet. Toilet people invaded Earth with the power to turn people into toilet people. Yeah, that seems very out of nowhere to just drop that in the chat, but it is relevant to talking about Skibidi Toilet earlier. People removed their heads and became camera and TV headed and broke into a massive war with the toilet guys. It's a riveting plot. I'm really missing out on Skibidi Toilet. Whatever happened, did Michael Bay drop because I read that he was going to make a Skibidi Toilet movie, like, was he not able to secure the rights because it's, like, technically Gmod assets or whatever? Was that the deal with that? I thought that's what I read anyway. Silly. Very silly. Which then to do the failing war, the toilet heads went into a brief civil war. I want to know why this captured people's attention, though. Like, what is it about Skibidi Toilet? Because I feel like many people have made, like, insane Gmod animations or custom animations or stories that haven't grabbed people and captivated. People were captivated by it the way that kids were captivated by Baby Shark. Like, it just, something about it was like so catchy to people. I don't know. I don't see the vision with it, but it's not for me. That's okay. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Who pitched that to Michael Bay? Like, hey, we got this amazing thing. It's gonna do numbers. You're gonna make billions. It's called Skibidi Toilet. Was the movie gonna be called Skibidi Toilet too? Or would they have called it like TV Head Wars? I don't know. They would have come up with some other off-brand name. But I feel like the way to the $1 billion movie is to just call it Skibidi Toilet and people just go out of morbid curiosity. That was the plan, huh? Doing some corduroy stripes. The owner of Skibidi Toilet no longer owns the rights. Yeah, because they were using Gmod assets, right? So them's the breaks, unfortunately. Though you think there would be some copyright in having an original story, especially if it was being developed into a film. Do you think there would be some ownership there over the actual intellectual property of the story itself? Even if the graphics are not original, you know? But what do I know? I'm not a lawyer. They did him dirty in Hollywood. Well, it's a shame for that guy, because that would have been the payday of a lifetime. Like, I feel bad. Imagine your, like, stupid animation series that you spend all this time on blows up, first of all, and then they're talking about turning it into, like, $1 billion Michael Bay movie. That's crazy. Something you just did for fun, because you thought it would be fun to make some weird stuff with Gmod. Crazy, crazy. And these corduroy line, I can't talk lately. These corduroy lines will be more subtle. They're not going to be this bold in the final. I'm going to way tone them down, but I just want to see what I'm doing. More or less, anyway. Ooh, this one's being tricky. And they don't have to be perfect, but like, if they could kind of make sense and wrap around the head, that would be cool. Maybe a little closer to the first line? Maybe? Like here? Something like that. It could have been the first movie to make one skibidillion dollars. It's pretty good. It's a new unit of measurement. Okay, I think that looks okay for the corduroy lines on that part, and then we'll do the same thing up here. We're gonna make them real rough like that. All right, and with that, I don't want to do lines on the belly too, because do I? Hold on, how do they do it on this costume here? Oh, it just continues on the belly too. I guess I will. No, I'm gonna just make that a different texture just to add a little variety. Bump up the opacity of everything, and then we'll start changing colors, and then we'll have our cute little chicken T-Rex costume stomping around. I want to do real quick pink for the tongue inside the mouth too, or it will be pink. It's orange right now. All right, and hide all this stuff. Background color. Let's do like a nice pink, and then we'll do like a dark green or something for the T-Rex. Can I draw a cat and a pumpkin? Let me add that to the request list. Cat in a pumpkin. I don't know if I'll get around to it today, but it has been added to the list. Cute idea, thank you. It would be really fun to potentially make a Louie and Friends movie about the series Everblow. Yeah, work on it. You never know. As made obvious by Skibidi Toilet, the most random stuff will resonate with people. People just like what they like. Alright, I think everything else is on max opacity, so let's go ahead and alpha lock everything. I don't know what this is, so we're going to delete it. Alpha lock. This was the prompt for the next thing we're going to draw, which I'll put up here. Alpha lock. What was this? Why is it two different things? Whatever. Alpha lock. There's got to be a faster way to select all layers in alpha lock like that, but not today's problem. Anywho, let's do round render. Or no, we'll do something. We'll do... Thank you for the hearts, whoever's sending the hearts. I appreciate it. Do this, but we'll do a bit more orangey-ish. Some more texture. I want lots of different textures and colors in this. I think I want to do clipping mask, shadow on the underside of the foot, put right here. Beautiful. You got it down earlier. The hot honey sauce you had with it was so spicy, you just tried having some of it again. Why would you dip back in? That's on you. And thank you. I don't know how to pronounce the first part of your name, so I'm not going to butcher it, but thank you, Jelly Frog. Thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate that. Can I draw a cute version of Gingsting from Phobies? I'll add it to the request list. I don't know if I'll get around to it today, but I will add it to the list. I have an ongoing list of random requests that I will pick from, either just pull from the list, whatever sounds good, or I'll put it through a random selector tool when I do streams. So, Gingsting from Phobies. Yeah, I'll add it to the list. Done drawing yet? Not quite yet. Looks very good. Thank you. I am fixing the colors on this one, and then I have another one to work on soon. You know what's kind of cute? I do kind of like the monochromatic of the pink, but I'm going to mess it all up and make it green here. Let's do like a dark, bluey, foresty green. And add some different shades in here. I love the texture of this brush so much. It's my favorite. Add some blue in there. Maybe add a little bit of purple just for a little razzmatazz. And then maybe a little yellowish green. Just a hint on the tops of like the spikes. Not so much, just a little bit. Now, sheepish one, why on earth would you go back for more hot honey? Riddle me this. Do you have no other condiments in your house? Couldn't eat the chicken dry. Like, there's other solutions to inflicting more pain on your mouth like that. I feel like there has to be a better way. I was going to do a more yellowy green, but I kind of like that bluer. We'll do both. We'll do a little bit of yellow, a little bit of blue. A few different shades of green in here. I think that looks pretty cute, actually. Yeah, I added it to my ongoing request list. Thank you. There was no other solution. You could simply not eat it. Now the T-Rex teeth, I could make white, and then I'd have to add a shadow to the chicken head. So let's try that. And if that doesn't look good, we'll make the T-Rex teeth yellow or something, so we can actually see them. But let's try giving the T-Rex some shiny white teeth. That doesn't look too bad with a shadow. I might make it a little bit less intense, but a little bit darker just under the teeth, so you can see them. But I kind of like the shadow. It's kind of cute. Like that. Maybe smooth it out with round brush. I guess the shadow would curve more like that, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Follow the shape of the actual snout. Something like that. I don't want to cover too much of the eyes. I just want something to show shadow and that you can see the teeth. I think that does the job. There we go. You're not ignoring me? No, I'm not ignoring. I added your request for ginseng from Phobies to my ongoing request list. I'm not going to stand by acting a bit sheepish when I get laughed at by a pizza with hot honey sauce. It's mocking you. As it should, because you keep going back for more. You're just taking that abuse from the hot honey. Hello, how are you doing? Good, how about yourself? How is your weekend going? Where's the other lines? Right here. I tone down these corduroy lines, maybe even more than I am right now. Because I still want to add, I like the texture of it, because it's really cute on the costume I'm looking at, but it's a little intense, so we'll dull it down by using the same color that's underneath and kind of lightly brushing over top. It's a little too much, but the idea is there. Maybe you have Stockholm Syndrome for hot honey? You sure do. Alright, that needs to be a little darker at the bottom, but the idea is there. There we go. That's a little bit better. I saw that Alyssa won gold in figure skating. I think with one S. I joked her name's spelled wrong, but it's awesome to see a inspirational, awesome Alyssa in the news. It was a real tearjerker, her routine. We could all learn from embodying joy like that in everything you do. Because that's what set her apart from everybody else. Somebody joked it's like she's the first figure skater that looks like somebody isn't holding a gun up to her head to make her skate. Because they're always under such pressure, and I understand. It's the world stage, it's your sport, you've been training for years, but it always looks like they're so stressed out doing their routine, but she was just all smiles. And that really makes a difference. When you're at ease and you know yourself and you know what you're good at and you love it, you do better at it. So just enjoy what you do. And then this should be a bit lighter, yellow belly, yellow-bellied lizard. Add a little texture to that. So surprised she has not seen at least one of my comments I made. Like, what messages have I seen? Have I not seen? Leafy Kitty. Oh, the 40 pages of random ideas and you're only on part 1 of these ideas? Yeah, that's a lot of organization you have to do. Sorry if I didn't comment on that earlier. I thought I did. Here's a challenge for you to try to draw all the Pokemon that are pink. Could not even imagine how many there are that are pink. There's gotta be at least like 500 of them. And no, I'm not purposefully ignoring anyone. I'm just scatterbrained. I apologize if I skipped a message you typed. It's not my intent. All right, white. I kind of like just the solid white for the wings, but I do like this little bit of the background pink peeping through, like that. Okay, and then the beak needs to be also orange and yellow. How many Pokemon are pink? Does anybody have a good answer? It's gotta be hundreds. And then I kind of want to do a shade of pink similar to the background for the tongue. Maybe a little bit darker. There's not that many. I mean, in the original 151, there's a handful at least, and there's, what, like 1,000 Pokemon now? And are we counting Pokemon that are entirely pink, or Pokemon that have pink on them, like Sylveon? There's a lot. And then I think I want to do, real quick, a shadow under the chicken. Just 'cause it adds a little something something. There we go. I think that's pretty cute, actually. We can get rid of this text for the next thing. That's pretty cute. I'm pretty happy with him. Aw. Let's add some noise, as we do. And I'll crop it when I post to social media so it's a proper crop and not... Oh, it looks so light on this end. Let me see if I can amplify the colors a bit. Let's bring up the pink. Let's pump up the pink. Ooh, the overlay is intense, but if I just pump it a little bit like that... Oh, that's cute. Just a little pink tint on everything. That's so cute. I love that, actually. Though I do want to make the spikes a little bit darker. I'm just going to highlight all of them and lower the brightness a little bit more saturated. That's cute. I like him. Or her, I don't know. I like this chicken. I'm fond of this chicken. It's not as light and bright on my end as it is on OBS. I'm seeing on stream, it almost looks white, the background. On my end, I promise it's like a darker pink. But it's so cute. I love him. I love this chicken. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the request from here and put it on a new canvas. Because I want to leave this one alone. Picture book worthy. It's so cute. Thank you. I don't know what Happiny looks like without Googling, but maybe another day. I'm going to pick a neutral background color. And then let's look up Saren the Bat from Abydos, which is my horrible handwriting. I promise I have good handwriting when I try, but it's like chicken scratch when I don't. Oh, this character is really cute. You know what I might do, too, is because the first picture unintentionally has like a really fuzzy edge on it. Jagged edge, because it's like a transparent PNG that wasn't cut out properly, so it's got like a pixelated edge. There's other reference pictures that are not like that, but I kind of like the textured edge on it, so I kind of want to use one of my textured brushes for the outlines on it. So I think that would be cute. I'm gonna go now. Bye. All right, have a great day. Okay. I have an idea anyway. I have brushes that I don't use often, like this one. I like the edge on this one, though it's kind of hard to see unless you zoom in. But see that like jagged edge on that? I really like that. And I never really use this brush, and it's nice and smooth. And this character has a lot of smooth shapes, so I think this might be the move for the final. Alright, I'm just having fun using it now. Whoa, it's like a lasso. But I like that slightly rough, jagged edge on that. I'm inspired by that. So, let's do a rough sketch of this character. Let's find a cool pose. I definitely want like the wings out, like flying kind of thing. Let me just go with the flow. Figure it out as I draw. Nice oval shape head. Okay, make sure that's not in the same layer as the text. Let's do these big old ears. I might really push the size and the shape of things. Make the eyes extra big. So they're a little bit far apart in the reference. I want like looking up and flying maybe. Here's like the muzzle. There's like little swirlies for the nose, the nostrils. I want like an open mouth because I think that's cute. It looks like when this character opens their mouth, they don't have a tongue, so I'm just going to leave that like that. Keep it nice and simple. Happiny is a cute pink Pokemon. Do her in a flying pose because she's a bat. I'm on the same wavelength as you. And this is, I should do better handwriting so people can read it. Saren the Bat from Abydos, which I don't know what that is, but it was a request. So we're doing it. Here, I'll do better handwriting so people can actually read. If they're curious. Bat. From Abydos. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering the name of this character or this thing it's from, but they're new to me, so. Rem from Deadlock. I'll add that to the list. Rem from Deadlock. This is already looking too cute. Thank you. I appreciate that. I like the little spiral nostrils. That's a cute touch. Cute little belly with a star on it. And the star's got nice soft points. Squishy. We're gonna go real squishy. Maybe make the belly a little bit closer to the body. Just a touch. Like that. Something like that. And then stretch those wings out. And little tiny fingers at the end. And just little feet. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm hiccuping and stuff all night. I'm just drinking water. I was like, I'll be smart and I'll have water to drink and not Diet Coke, and then I'm still having issues. And these little lines in the ear. Okay, these ears are about the same size. I kind of want to make the ears even bigger. Because the ears are like twice the height of the head. So they should be bigger, actually. If I'm eyeballing, maybe that's too big, but let me just put these here for a second. 1, 2, hold on. Let's shrink the whole thing down so I have room. Let's see. The head. No, it's like 1 head height. So, yeah, roughly this big. I just gotta move them around a little bit. Like there. And like here. I'm gonna change the shape of this ear real quick too, because I'm not crazy about that. So I want this to be a little fuller at the top here. I think that's pretty cute. Adorabat from Mau Mau, Heroes of Pure Heart. Has a tongue, but it doesn't always show. Okay, I'll do a little tongue then. Makes it a little extra cute. And I'll make the smile a little bit bigger too. Like, yay, I'm flying. I don't know anything about this character, but seems like they'd be happy to fly. Ears are bigger than the wings. Yeah, they are on this character design. Here, I'll see if I can pull up a picture. Insert image. Browse. There we go. This is what I'm looking at. So if anybody needs to see. I'm gonna get better at doing this, by the way, of like actually putting my reference on screen so people know what I'm doing. You're doing a great job. Thank you. Yeah, the ears on this character are much bigger than the wings. I think maybe need a little bit of room on the head here. Okay, I think the bones of this are good enough to get started on the shapes and whatnot. Let's make this as big as I can. Let's make the text still readable for anybody who comes in and doesn't know what this is. And I'll just do a new layer to lower the opacity. Can you guys see? Okay, great. Sometimes when I like make the line art faint, like I can still see this on my end, clear enough to draw over top of it, but it's almost invisible on OBS, so right around here is good. Still see it. Let's do that textured brush. Let's try that. Let's do the ears first. Ooh, I love the smoothness of this brush. It's just like satisfying to use. I think this was from a brush pack I bought forever ago. Wilbanks Rougher. What's it called? Hold on, about this brush. Well, there's here's the person who made it. Made by Adrian M. to Aspire. I don't know why their profile picture is this like little creature, but there you have it. Wilbanks Rougher Taper 1. I don't know where I downloaded that, but let's see. It's my vector for using as a ref. Oh, is it? Oh my gosh! I was like, this is a good clear reference. Wow, Small World. That's awesome. I was like, this is like the best reference I could find of this character. Good job on it then. It's so clean and crisp. That's awesome. It's cool that you're making these like clear, crisp vectors of these like underappreciated characters. You're doing important work with that. How are y'all? I'm great. How are you? Here's an idea for a drawing challenge. Draw the ABCs of different types of clothing. Chat can choose the characters they go on. Interesting. Interesting idea. We'll do a little foot here. Maybe I'll follow the shape a little closer to what I drew. Like that. Yeah, I literally just typed in the character and I was like, okay, this reference looks good. Click. But the very first picture I clicked, there was like, oh, let me find it. The very first reference picture I got inspired me to do these rough outlines. Because I'm like, I kind of like the jagged look. It's kind of giving like, I don't know, like Parappa the Rapper or something? I don't know. I didn't mean to like completely obliterate. I didn't want to add a scene, I wanted to add an image. There we go. Image. This one. This picture. You see these like pixelated, jagged lines. I see why a vector was in order, because like look how terrible the outlines are. But I like that look, which is why I'm doing like the more subtle version of it with this brush that's got a little bit of texture to it. It's not as obnoxious, but anyway, that's the logic behind that. Now you can see my thought process. Let me just use a random purple that I'll change to the correct purple in a bit. And now these are taking up like the entire screen, so hold on. This one can just kind of chill down here. This one can stay right here. There we go. This is the first vector you made at first, so it's not really accurate. You've done a better one, which is closer to the show. Oh, interesting. Well, let me see. Let me look up something from the show. Oh, I see. Yeah, the proportions are ever so slightly different on the show, but it's not that much different. Like, yours is pretty accurate. To me, it looked nice and clean and clear and crisp, so. Oh, this artwork you did, where the eyes are kind of crossed. I see Lou Blue 08. This artwork's really cute. Hold on. I like the, like, crossed eyes. with like the grass in the background or whatever. Is that the more newer one you did? Desktop. Hold on, I'll pull in one more image. One more image. Browse. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Oh, it takes up like the entire screen. High resolution. This one. That's so cute. That's you? That is so cute. I love the crossed eyes and the kind of chunkier body shape. Is this the one that's more accurate? Because it kind of makes me want to change the belly shape of the one I drew. That's really cute. You did a nice job. Thank you. Oh, are you talking to Lublu? Because I agree. Lublu did do a great job. That's so cute. I love the tummy shape of this one. Actually, I'm going to... Not to shade your own vector art, but I like the tummy shape of this one better, so I'm going to put that up there. It's so cute. And I can see the detail in the nose where it's got like kind of these like square edges on it, on the spirals, on the nostrils. That's so cute. Okay. Tummy. Did that one years ago. That wasn't actually a vector. You did an Ibis paint, but you were the person who drew it. It's really cute. I like the tummy shape a lot, so I'm going to kind of copy it a little bit. Not copy, but just like thicken up the one I did. And maybe make it and the feet smaller compared to the head. Because I like that a little more. I do like that I don't have to clean up the edges of this one when I fill it in, though. This brush might get some more use. I'm just saying. I like it. Let's put these in a group real quick so I can move and resize both of these. Like, I just want the belly to be a little bit wider, shorter, stubbier. I think that looks okay. Move it over just a smidge like that. Okay, I think that's fine. That's fine. I'm overthinking. We'll do a star on the belly. Nice and big and squishy. I love the texture of this. It's fun to use a new brush too. I'm always using dry ink, which I love. That's my go-to always, but I love this one too. And I never get to use it, and I put it in my toolbox folder of my brushes because I wanted to use it and then just never did. I already did the little hands, so I should do wings right here. Wing one here. And what is this series, by the way? Abaddus? I still have no idea if I'm saying anything right. I'm sorry. Because obviously you like this show, or you wouldn't have done so much fan art. But it looks cute. I've never heard of it. Oh, this brush is so good for doing a nice clean oval. Look at that. It's perfect. It's a little too perfect. I'm going to make it a little imperfect because you know how we do. It's a perfect oval, but now I want to make it a little bit wider on the edges and a little bit imperfect. Gotta widen it out a little bit. Whoops. Let's see. The drawing you did was a mixed media experiment. Since in the actual show there's scenes with the characters in realistic 3D rendered backgrounds, you use an IRL photo. Cute. What brushes do you use, if you don't mind me asking? Sure, so I have, this is my toolbox. These are my most frequently used brushes. Every single one of these is a default Procreate brush, except for this one, this Round Render, and I did a modified version of it, but this Round Render soft brush that I love is part of, I'll write it on the screen for anybody who's interested, the Jing Sketch, J-I-N-G Sketch Ultimate Brush Set. I love it. I love this Round Render brush. I did a modified version that does like randomized colors too. But I love the texture of that one. I think that's the only one. All of these are default Procreate. This chalk one, I can't remember where I got this one from, but this is from a brush set. This like chalk texture. I can look into the properties of that one soon. And then this one's called Wilbanks Rougher Taper. This one's from a brush set. I don't remember what the brush set's called. I'm sorry. But let me look up real quick. Properties about this brush. Made by name. Okay, I don't know where the chalk came from. I think the chalk is also from the Jing Sketch brush set, but I'm not 100%. But it's only the 3 brushes in my toolbox that are not Procreate default. All the rest of these come with Procreate. Bonobo chalk, or however you pronounce it, this used to come with Procreate, and now it doesn't in the latest one, but you can download it online for free if you just Google Bonobo chalk Procreate. But I love this one for adding texture. But every other brush just comes with Procreate. Nico Roll, 6B pencil, dry ink, all that stuff comes with the program. So hopefully that answers your question. I love answering what brushes I use because I can't stand when people gatekeep stuff like that on the internet. It's like I give everybody the tools and the knowledge, and they can do whatever they want with it. Let's see, what did I miss? Shaded her to make it look like the show. It's cute. It's super cute. Abadas was a show I watched as a kid on CBeebies about 3 animals, a bat, fox, and hippo, who live in a pop-up book and play a word game with the book's owner, Ben, to go out and find new words. CBeebies, is that a British thing? Because I don't think we had that here. Yeah, it looks like it if I just Google. Oh, Dougie I know, because my niece watches the Dougie stuff on YouTube, and that is British, so... Cute. The more you know. And Dougie's cute. Maybe I'll draw Dougie one of these days. I should use music from the Monument Valley series for background music. Maybe I will. I like, the playlist I use is, like, obviously Animal Crossing music, but it's, like, royalty-free Animal Crossing music. Not that any of these streams are monetized anyway, but it's, like, the principle of the thing of using copyright-free music on YouTube. But if there's, like, a piano version of that music, maybe that could work, too. I just like this because this is all one big playlist that's on Spotify, and I can just let it go and not even think about it. Look up Peg and Cat. The way you handle the layers, it's my cup of tea. Yeah, I love my layer management system. It works for me. Peg and Cat cartoon. Peg plus Cat. Oh, the art style is super cute. I love the way the cat's drawn. That's so cute. I'm gonna just put that on my Peg plus Cat on my request list. That's so cute. I love that art style. Wow. The trees, the way the leaves are like these big chunks of rectangles. That is so cute. I love that art style. Anyway, back to what I was doing. I think about doing art tutorials as videos. I've thought about, because I talked to my music teacher who's sadly leaving to go teach at another school, which is very bittersweet, but I'm going to like a little cabaret thing he's hosting at his house in a week or so that'll be fun. But anyway, he was talking about like other pathways for creatives and stuff we can do, and he does like online lessons on some like online school thing, and he was saying you should like teach kids how to draw cartoons on there and they'll pay you. I'm like, maybe I will, I don't know. But I could do like free resources and then like link to, you know, here if you want one-on-one instruction for drawing your favorite cartoons or whatever. I don't know, I've thought about it. I think it would be fun. It'd be fun to have somebody who's like a rambunctious kid, just needs somebody to teach them how to draw their favorite cartoons or whatever. And I just sit and chill with them for an hour and get paid. I think that'd be chill. Peg and Cat mentioned I adore that show. It's so cute. The art style in that is adorable. Thank you for sharing that with me. I missed out because like I don't know any of the little kid shows unless my niece is into them. So I'm like tuned out. There's like a whole world of beautiful art out there that I just like don't know anything about. So thank you for sharing. Sounds like an idea. Yeah, my old roommate would teach acting lessons on some like school tutoring site. I can't remember which one. There's a bunch. But that one she'd use, they took 30%. Whereas this one that my music teacher was telling me about, they don't take a cut at all. So I'm like, tell me about that one. But I don't know if you need to have qualifications or anything. But I do have a bachelor's degree, so it should count for something. It hasn't counted for anything yet in my life. It should count for something. Yeah, what a beautiful show. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, feel free to list all your faves in the chat. I'm sure I'll get around to doing a request from all of them at some point. I'm going to do these like squared off nostrils. I think that's cute. And I'll do a nice big open mouth smile. I'm so gravitated towards cute kid shows for whatever reason, but I ain't complaining. They make me happy. Nothing wrong with that. You like what you like. It's not hurting anybody. Like what you like. And they're really cute shows, and they're calming and chill. I get it. I just don't know about any of them until my niece gets into them, and then I know all about them. Until she's bored of it and moves on to the next one that she likes. I was trying to get her into, I don't know if you saw, it was like going viral on TikTok, the Furry Valentine mini bow tune song or whatever. Just because it sounds like a Pink Pantherist song. It's like, wow, why is this kind of a banger? Like, why is this a hit? I was sending that to my sister, hoping my niece would get into that. My furry Valentine. I was like, yo, why is this kind of a hit single? Who did they get producing that? They just got like some DJ in there to do the mini song. I should do that more often. You're autistic and artistic also. No judgment here. The nostrils are just cute little spirals. They're so cute. I love a good spiral. So cute. Make these marks. I know in your ref, it's like they're very smooth. I think I'm going to make them a little bit squared off. Just to add a little something. Just to add my own little flavor on it, interpretation. Because otherwise I'm sticking fairly close to the reference, but I gotta elicify it a little bit. I like the squared off ends, actually. I'm really into squares, rounded rectangles. I don't know, it's such a weird sentence to say I'm into squares lately. Like, who thinks of that? But, like, I am. I like a rounded rectangle shape and a square. If there's any way I can, like, work that in, I like it. And then I'm going to be lazy and cheat, but it's my own art, so it's not cheating. And I'm just going to duplicate, flip, move it around. Remember, kids, it's not cheating if it's your own art and it saves you time and it looks the way you want it to look. I think that looks pretty good. Let's see, your go-to, let's see, browse, let me catch up. You could just browse the list of Netflix kids shows and see which one is the most recent year on it. That's true. I don't have Netflix, but I think I know somebody who does. I can use it. My go-to calming cartoon has been Strawberry Shortcake Berry Bitty Adventures. That sounds so cute. You haven't heard that song yet, but there's so many banger songs in kid shows. Inspired you to make your show musical? That's awesome. Musicals are the best. Hilda has quite a nice art style. I've heard good things about Hilda. The SpongeBob SquarePants intro is a banger. Yes, it is. Like what you like can be taken the wrong way. Well, like a good, cute cartoon. I don't think it's hurting anybody. Maddie and Triggs is an easy recommendation in terms of musicals. Still haven't looked it up. Oh, the mini song? I sent it to you directly. The Minnie's Bow Tunes. If you just search Furry Valentine's Mini, you'll find it. Triggs. I want to see this. Maddie and Triggs. Oh, is this by the same people who did Dougie, or is it just like a cute dog? Or am I hallucinating and it's like not even the same art style? Award-winning Sabibi's animated show. It is distinct from the show Hey Dougie, which features a big brown dog running a squirrel club for children. Okay, it is two different things. But the like flat art style is very cute. I like a good simple flat art style, as you can tell by what I like drawing on here. Like the wild thornberries. Yeah, that's a very divisive art style, the Klasky Csupo studio art style. I wanted to do a video about the origins of Klasky Csupo when I was still making videos. There's a lot of in-depth stuff about their history, and also they've done their own video like about their history, so I didn't feel it was like necessary. But for a while I was thinking about doing it because I was fascinated. They did all kinds of stuff outside of just like Rugrats and Wild Thornberries and stuff. And there was like interesting dynamics with like them being a married couple and then divorced and what that meant for like the Rugrats, how like the therapist Lipschitz was like making fun of the stuff that Eileen Klasky, I think that was her name, was getting into. And like making fun of her indirectly. So there was like marital drama played out through like the plot lines of Rugrats and stuff, which I thought was fascinating. So like maybe that's a video I should do one day. I don't know, but at the time I didn't know if it was necessary because Klasky Csupo did their own video with history that was more in depth than anything I would have done. I'm like, forget it. You must disappear for now. Peace. Have a great rest of your weekend. It's not by the same company, but so many people think that. Yeah, I just saw the flat, cute art style with a cute dog, and I'm like, well, it's a British cute dog show. It's got to be the same people, right? No. Art styles from certain cartoon. Oh, you said that. Grace Taylor. I don't know who that is, but I can add it to the list. I know the song from the clip you sent me on the episode yet. I think it was just that 3-minute bow, like it's a bow tune or something. I don't think it's like a full episode of anything, if that makes sense. Maddie and Trig's art style is the way it is because it's designed with visually impaired children in mind. Maddie herself is visually impaired and also voiced by visually impaired actors. That's awesome. That's really cool representation for kids with visual impairment. I love that. It reminds me of, I mean, less important for representation, but how Bluey is done in colors that dogs can see, kind of thing. Like thinking about your audience, human or otherwise, I think is very touching. Not making the intended audience an afterthought, but putting them first. I think it's really sweet. You gotta go. Have a lovely rest of the weekend. You too. Thanks for stopping in. The show's developed audio first and started life as a podcast. That's really smart. That you don't even have to see it at all. That's really smart for a kid's show. I dig that. It's a good philosophy for making stuff with kids with different needs and accessibility needs. It's the same thing. That is super cool. I'm just adding eyelids because I feel like it, and also I think there are some subtle eyelids in the ref I'm looking at. Yeah, very subtle, but I dig that. Where'd that other picture go? Okay, I don't need that. I don't need that open. I don't need that open. Okay, now let's fix these colors. And hide this text about Jing Sketch brush set. Where is that? That's like here on this layer. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, we can make all this. I think instead of black, I think the darkest color is like a dark purple, so I'm going to do the same. We're going to use a warm, I'm going to eyeball and not eyedropper from the image and see how close I can get. I can always tint it if it's wrong. But I think a warm but not too warm dark purple for our black, I think will work well. You can't even see it yet, but you will. You will. Similarly, the wings and the shoes should be that color. We'll start with flat colors and then add a bit of texture in a minute. This purple I used isn't too far off from what it should be, but I think it should be a little bit more muted and a little bit more warm. Like that. And then this needs to be like a pinkish grayish purple. Something like right about here. Maybe a little bit more gray. And a little bit more purple. Like that. Yeah, I think that's pretty close. And I think the snout is the same color as well. Muzzle, whatever. Like that. Maddie and Triggs was also a big inspiration for your project because of the music. There's a 7-minute long behind the scenes video on YouTube about the music, and it's really inspiring to me. Send me that on Instagram and I'll check that out sometime. I'm curious about that now. And I will forget immediately after stream, so. Be like, oh shoot, what was that thing I was told, the behind the scenes of that cartoon? Because I love a good behind the scenes. I miss the days of like DVD extras that they would show you the making of stuff. Like I must have seen those behind the scenes Lord of the Rings making of DVD extras hundreds of times. Like no exaggeration. I still think about how the scene with Frodo and Sam walking through, like, I can't remember what it's called, but where there's all the dead faces floating up, how that was filmed in a parking lot. Like, everybody's got their little trivia facts from that if they've seen it, like the behind the scenes Lord of the Rings that they remember for a lifetime. Like, did you know this scene was filmed in blah blah blah? And that's mine, is the parking lot one. Movie magic. You'll send it to me. Thank you. I will check it, and it shouldn't go to my Instagram requests this time, which is how it got lost before when you sent me your characters and stuff. It was just under requests hiding. So I will make sure that's not the case. Alright. We'll do a slightly darker purple. Just add a little, we're just going to do subtle shading on everything, nice and soft. Because this is a nice, soft, sweet-looking character to me. And it'll balance out the harsher outline, I think, of the brush I used. Which, when you zoom out, you can't even tell. It's like harsh, but if you zoom in, you can see the jagged edge, which I kind of like. And then the background color, let's pick something a little better. Let's do like a night sky. Ooh, I was like, why is this? Get rid of that. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of Let's do super, super dark bluey purple. Even darker than the darkest shade. And then we can do some like cute little stars that mimic the one on the tummy around it. Keep it real simple. We'll do slightly darker purple on the bottom side of the tummy. Like that. Like this. I still have a half hour. I might do another really quick sketch. Probably not finish it, but a quick sketch from one of the other requests people made. Let's see. You're definitely going to make behind the scenes content. Definitely do. People love that stuff. I do. Imagine if there was a science fiction musical about an alien species who's all about dancing and singing. It could be called the Symphony of the Stars. Their species would be the Symphonics. Ooh, that's a cool idea. You're doing a great job. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to move the star up on the belly a little bit. Just a smidge. Add a little bit of shading to the wings. Where'd the wings go? Right here. I might add a highlight rather than darker. Just soften up the wings a little bit. A little bit of shading like that. And we'll do the same for the ears. Just add some of this darker color a little bit at the bottom. Really subtly. I just want a little bit of that texture and shading. The inside of the ears should not be that color, first of all. Should be this color. And then a little bit, oops, darker just on the bottom to match. It looks pretty cute. Now let's do some stars in different shades of purple, I think. I don't think I'll keep them light like this, but I just want to do a bunch of chunky stars for the background. Keep it real simple and cute. Where do I want these stars? Let me think about this. We'll do one little one up here, an extra little one down here. I'll clean these up in a minute, but doesn't even need cleaned up really. Maybe I'll keep them chunky like that. A little chunky and hand-drawn looking. And I'll change the color too. It's not going to be all this, but just want a couple littered around. Not a bajillion. Not one or two. Somewhere in the middle. These are fun to draw with this brush too. It's so smooth. This looks incredible. Thank you so much. Super job. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I always try my best. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to count the points of a star as if I don't already know. It helps. It's like doing a whoosh noise when you make a line or whatever. I don't know if anybody else has silly things they do when they draw. Internal monologue, like counting the sides of a shape. It keeps me zen to have like very simple thoughts in my head when I draw. Though I'm also a person that if I'm on a walk, sometimes I'll find myself counting my steps. Like, why am I doing that? The phone literally does it for me. I don't need to... I don't need to know how many steps are between my front door and the music school. Like, just stop. You don't stop. Okay, now let's alpha lock this. I think that's enough stars. I think that's a good variety of stars. We'll keep it all purple because I like the monochromatic nature. Plus, if I do an accent color, I feel like it'll take away from the character a bit. So we're just going to do some different shades of purple. Let's do an even darker shade. So I want these to be kind of subtle. Most of them anyway. And then we'll do one lighter, brighter shade just to have a couple that are like, wow, so bright. Let's do these that color and maybe this guy. I think that looks pretty cute. Let me size it to fit the screen. What do we think, chat? I think mine's pretty close in terms of ref, but let me do a noise layer, overlay, add a little texture as we do. I think that looks all right. Let me take a sip of water. And then I have a few minutes here. I did like that Peg and Cat. I might do a sketch from that, actually. Cat and a Pumpkin, Ginger Ting, REM from Deadlock. I did like that Peg and Cat. I'm not gonna lie. So I might just sketch a Peg and Cat. Because the cat is so cute. I might not draw Peg and Cat. I might just sketch the cat. I just want to do maybe cool down sketches of the cat. It's so cute. Hold on, let me get some reference pictures. No, I don't want to open the YouTube video. Just show me a picture. Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. Thank you. I'll put this on Instagram tonight. These characters are so cute. All right, I need a better picture of the cat. Oh, that's high resolution. There we go. Oh, I love the scratchy, sketchy outlines on the cat too. You're gonna probably head out now. Yeah, it's late for you. Well, thank you so much for stopping in. I really appreciate it, and I'll put this art on Instagram. All right, let me get Whoops. Let's remove these images. Very cute. Thank you. Now let's add image. Browse. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Nope, not that one. Not that one. I have all sorts of pictures on my desktop now. This one. Here we go. Okie dokie. Look at how cute. You know how sketchy the end of the tail is, too? And then there was one other picture I wanted to bring in. I love this style. Look how cute. The way her hair is drawn, the little details on her hat. It's just so warm and cute. I love that. Okay. Get these on the side here. And then pull up the high resolution picture for me to look at on the side of the screen. And then just doodle. I'm just gonna doodle this cat. I'm not gonna finish an entire picture. Duplicate. I just realized it probably shows the code I enter on the iPad. I should probably change my iPad and phone code to a different code. Oh, whatever. Nobody here watching my live stream is gonna have physical access to my phone, so like doesn't matter. But whatever. I change it occasionally anyway, but it just occurred to me when I was unlocking the iPad. I'm like, huh, it's probably a security hazard. Oh well, you'll live and you'll learn. Anyway, you should have some of the characters you've already drawn meet up with each other in a new drawing like they're becoming friends. That'd be a cute idea. I dig that. Alright, I just want to draw the cat. I want to draw the Peg character as well some other day and time, but for now we'll do a cool down and just sketch. Maybe I need a nice pencil brush. It's such a thin pencil brush. Do I have a thicker? I guess this one's okay. It's not really a pencil brush, but it'll do. I like this shape the cat is. And I'm not really worried about keeping it totally on model. I just am cooling down, going with the flow here. I love the simplicity and the warmth and the kids' book illustration look of it. So cute, so textured and warm. I like that the inside of the eye isn't pure white. Just a bunch of little things I really enjoy about this character. Enjoyed your show, thanks, and good night. Good night. Have a good one. From Cartoon Network's Chowder? Yeah, I could. I could draw a Chowder character. Let me add that to the list. Chowder characters in parentheses. Character and then S in parentheses. I like the plot. He's like standing on his little tippy toes too. I kind of messed up the toes like crazy here, but alright, this one's just to get a feel for the character design. And the tail is to like, I love how the end of it's a perfect circle. So chic. This character design is very chic to me. I don't know why, I'm just very drawn to it. It makes me happy to look at. And this paw. Okay. Now that I've doodled one kind of loosely based on the reference, let me just have some fun coming up with random poses for this cat. That's my cooldown. Let me think. So how would he look if he were jumping, maybe? So like leaping up in there like this. His big belly weighing him down. Smaller head at the top. Maybe ears back. Eye up like that. Maybe a look of focus. He doesn't really have eyebrows, but I'm going to cheat it and give him eyebrows because it's my art and I can do as I please. But I want to have him jumping. Just to try something out. I feel like the head should be bigger. Like this part should be bigger. His tummy's not that much bigger than the top half of him. Cute. And then I kind of want to loosely try outlining one of these. Maybe I'll do like 3. It's another cute pose. I guess playing with a yarn ball. Just thinking of things cats do. Have a little feety kicking the ball around. Have the tail up like this. And then we'll do a happy little mouth like this. Or maybe it's kicking a little fish toy or something. There's something really simple, but maybe the yarn is the move because it adds a little warmth. Just kicking and flinging around the yarn ball here. And the fun part's doing the outlines, I feel like, because you get to keep them really sketchy and loose. So you can keep a lot of that character that you get when you do a sketch that you don't necessarily get when you do clean outlines. No, I'll do that little piece of yarn popping off like that. There we go. I think that's cute. Maybe I'll do a little butterfly over here too. And then I'll very quickly outline these. Maybe I will do a semi-finished piece. I have 15 minutes. I think I can do this in that time. I want to try the 6B pencil because I think that's the closest to the pencil-y texture of what I'm seeing for the ref of the character. We're going to try this pencil brush. I think that's a pretty close match. Maybe not identical, but that's okay. We don't have to be identical. So cute. Thank you. I love this character. So cute. Use the pencil as the eraser too. Sorry, I just went dead silent. I've been pretty good about not having the dead air on this stream so far, but sometimes I get in the zone. I'm just thinking about keeping these lines nice and loose, not overthinking them, but still making it cleaned up. It's a fun balance to try to achieve. Because you want that hand sketched, imperfect look, but you don't want it to be so messy that it loses its structure. This looks pretty similar, I think. And then I'm going to make the ball of yarn a little messy, but I think that's going to work because there's a lot of stripes and lines and stuff in the hat that the girl is wearing, Peg. There's a bunch of little details like that. So I think being a little messy with the yarn and imperfect like that. Let's see, hold on, I'm gonna go ball of yarn real quick. Ball of yarn clip art. Love him playing with yarn. Yeah, he's cute. Let's just do. Yeah, I was on the right track with my instincts. There, keep it real simple like that. There we go. I'm gonna go back to my reference here. He's just a little baby. I mean, I don't know what his personality's like. I don't know anything about the show. He could be very rude and mean, but he doesn't look rude and mean, so I think he's just a little kitty that likes to have fun. I'm like speed running doing this now, because I'm like, I could knock this out in 15 minutes. Let's go. See some little motion lines for the kicky feet and spinning the yarn around. The yarn and the butterfly are the cutesy ones, so maybe I'll just do those as like a matching pair. Hold on. I want to try something. No, all three of them fit together. We're just going to rock with that. We're going to go with the original plan. This eye should actually be bigger than the other one, but that's okay. We'll do our best to adapt. And the pupils are almost perfect circles. This one's a little wonkier. This look is just so cute. I feel like I've tried to do something in my own work where I try to add texture and like looseness and warmth like this. I can learn a lot from this kind of look. Because it's very kids book illustration, warm and fuzzy feeling. It's nice to see in an animated series, that level of texture and warmth. Because I do like the nice clean flat style too, of like a Dougie. And there's all sorts of ways to make cute critters, but I'm really inspired by this right now. So I think I have the clean, basic, flat style. Not like down to a science, but like I can do it. But doing something a little bit more loose and textured and warm like this is definitely something I want to work into my own portfolio at some point. It's just fun to do. Very gratifying to do, I think. There we go. I think I can at least do the outlines. Oh, I got 10 minutes, more or less. And I can add another minute or two. It's not like I'm on a strike timer. Just want to add the color in now. I'm like, I'm so close to being done with another piece, I might as well do 3 pieces in one stream. Not bad for 2 hours. I mean, it helps when it's simple, cute characters too, but still feels good to do when I can. I've been very productive today and yesterday. I knocked out a huge project I needed to get done. I was up till like 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning or something ridiculous, and then did the very last bit of it today because my wrist was hurting too much to continue last night. And I was like, don't push that. You'll give yourself long-term damage, so I had to rest it. But feeling very accomplished about that. It was one of the last few big things I had to do before my trip, so I'm like, phew. I'm gonna celebrate good times, come on. And there's 12 days till my flight. It's coming up quick. It's gonna be crazy when it's under 10 days and it says like 9 days, 8 days. It's like, whoa, it's real. You know, it's really happening. Okay, I think that's nice and good and sketchy. I might even leave the sketch layer on subtly underneath, because I see a little bit of that happening in the reference where there's like these gray sketch lines left behind. So I might leave that behind, but I'm gonna erase some of the yarn ball because I think it's just a little cluttered visually. There we go. I think that looks okay. Clean up some areas where it's just like too much. Okay. And then let's do dark blue. And let's use this like rough texture brush to color in the flat colors. Why not? It's nice and smooth, and it creates nice solid fills. This might be my new coloring brush, because I don't have to go in and touch it up the way I have to do with the dry ink brush. Save myself a little time. I say as I mess up immediately with this. There we go. There we go. It's so quiet now, I know. I know everybody's gone to bed. That's okay. Just doing the finishing touches anyway. And then I have leftover pasta waiting for me in the fridge calling my name. I can hear it. Alyssa, come eat me. Whoops. There we go. I'm not trying to add more dead air to the already quiet stream. I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I'm focused. I'm focused. Anyone know about the show this character's from? Nope, not a clue. Just was an added show. It wasn't even a request, just somebody else in chat brought up that they like this show too. And I looked it up and I was so inspired by the character design that I was like, oh, I really want to draw that cat. Sometimes I just see something and I just need to draw it right then and there. Just really appealed to me. I just know the show is called Pagan Cat, and I don't know anything about it besides that. I just really like the art style. I think it's really good. Makes me happy to look at. Alright, nearly done with the blues. And then it's just a few other little things. I think the background's going to be white. Keep it classy. Oh, that's such a dark blue now. Maybe, you know what, we'll make the background green. Yellowy green. Oh, that's kind of fun. I like that. I'm liking the yellowy greens lately with the cat on the skateboard. Was that too? I'm kind of digging that. I might do a few shades of yellowy green real quick. Fix these little tiny tidbits here. Okay, that's looking good. The eyes are not a perfect white, they're like an off-white gray, so I'm going to do that here. Which I like, because it's kind of like breaking the rules a little bit, because I was told, I think I've mentioned this a million times, but I think I was told by somebody in like some kids book illustration online course I took, it's like always make the main character's eyes white, because it's super high contrast and you want your reader's eyes to go there. But I like a character design that like bucks a trend and still looks good. I don't know. Just the little things. It's not pure white. It reads as white, but it's like gray. Maybe even a little bit darker. Yeah, it's a little bit darker. Like that. Okay. Whatever character you're drawing, we should talk about the show they're from. Nice to inform you and the rest of us. Nice cat. Yeah, I don't know anything about the show, just somebody pointed out in chat. I just love looking at it. Alright, and then dark red for the inside of the mouth here. I wish I had more info on the show, I do not. Spots around the teeny black eyes, the spot on his tail is the same color too. Yeah, the gray around his eyes, I think it's just colored outlines, just for colored outlines' sake, kind of like the nose. And then the ball of yarn, let's just make, I don't know, a deeper shade of green. Let's keep it blue, green, gray. Why not? Or you know, what would look good on, would orange look good there? Hold on. Let me just try something. I like the orange better. Orange does. Pops on the blue better. I was thinking to keep it a little bit monochromatic, but it's not really a monochromatic piece of that, so I can make it pop. And then the tongue, a light pink, like so. And then we're going to do Alpha Lock. The tongue has its own colored outline if you look close, where it's pink. I gotta fix this on the inside of the tongue, that's gonna make me crazy. Where it's like blue. There we go. That's better. And then the outlines on the nose, mouth lines, and around the eyes are gray. Except for this little pink bit here. Gray. Gray. Wow, that's like dirty looking when I didn't clean it up. Here we go. Let's clean up a little bit. Because I like the imperfections, but this is a little much. So let's do a little bit of tidy up on the inside of the eye here. There we go. That's better. Then I want to erase the sketch lines from the pupils to make the pupils pretty clear. I think that's better. Okay, good. And then we'll do the same gray on the nose, mouth, and eyes of the other two. And any cleanup inside the eyes we might need. I just messed up something there. Right here. There we go. Clean up. Little bits of green sticking through. There we go. Cute. And last one. Oh, and I have to make the butterfly. I'll make the butterfly orange too, so we have that accent color coming back. Cute. There we go. Cute, cute, cute. Then we'll do orange on the butterfly, and maybe a few different tones of yellow and green for the background to zhuzh it up a little, add a little texture. Make it more like the greens and yellows in the background of the reference. Make it maybe more of a lime green. Just big old chunks of lime green. Big old chunks of like electric yellowy green like this. Oh, that's cute. Oh, it's cute. It's cute. I like it. I don't care about the bottom because I'm going to crop it for Instagram anyway. We'll do some noise overlay. Just to add a bit of texture. Cute. Alright, I'm into this. I like him. I think he's really cute. I'm going to add my signature on the bottom of this and the other two as well and then call it a stream. I did have a watermark I used to do, but now I just draw it in because, I mean, somebody's going to rip it off if they want to anyway. I just want people to know who it is if they care. If they happen to see it floating around. Okay. I'll sign the other two as I do a recap of what I did on this stream for anybody who's still left watching. I'll do a little Alyssa Aaron down here too. Okay, good enough. And then this guy, I really like him. Man, I did 3 good pieces today, I think. I'm pretty happy with myself. For my second to last stream before I fly out. Not bad. I had no idea what the stream was going to go like tonight, and it was pretty active chat for most of it too, so overall, pretty good stream. So to recap, let me take these pictures off the screen. Yes, remove image. So we did this chicken wearing a T-Rex costume, who I love. I love him or her. I think they're adorable. And then we did Seren is the character's name? The bat. And then we did Cat from Peg and Cat. So cute. I love this one. This was fun to work on, and I did that in like 30 minutes, the whole thing start to finish. Slay. Okay. Pretty nice. All right, I'm satisfied with this stream. I had no idea what I was in for when I booted the stream up. I'm like, listen, I'm just going to draw some stuff for 2 hours and see how it goes. But I think that went pretty well. So thank you to anyone who tuned in and watched and commented. You should try to draw other characters from Sailor Moon. Yeah, I should. That'd be fun. Thank you to anyone who suggested anything in the chat, whether I got to it this week or not. Thank you for participating and watching and enjoying. And I will see you all in my last stream for a minute next weekend. I'll do one more stream before I fly out to the UK. And then I'll post random stuff that I doodle in my journal in the UK on social media. So I'm not completely gone. But I'll see you